Hey guys, welcome to the G.U.H.L Week 3 recap. For real, y'all are killing me with these games. This season has been absolutely sick so far, and I literally can't wait to talk about it because what else do I do on Tuesday mornings? So, something I neglected to do last week was to talk about the game to watch winner. So, I'm going to start doing that moving forward. Anyway, this week's game to watch was a battle of the Ethans, and it wasn't half bad. Wink, however, ended up pulling away by the end of Sunday's games with a final score of 153.28 to 116.28, the win going to Wink. Like I said before, this season has already been absolutely incredible. And games like this one are proof of that. The game of the week goes to Alex versus Casey. Literally, from start to finish, it was anybody's game. And the final score ended up having the highest point differential between you two, and that was only 4.3 points. Casey comes out on top with an absolute nail chewer, and with a final score of 149.92 to 145.62. The win goes to Casey. Nail chewer, biter. Nail biter. Got it. Easy peasy lemon frisbee. Let's move on to the stud and dud of the week. Coming back again to claim another stud of the week is Ethan Winkler with 153.28 points. He needed it in this week's game to watch, and it was definitely enough to secure a win in a great matchup. Dud of the week, David Brown. 3 weeks in a row. Moving on. All right, so let's talk about ellipses, or what I like to call points. Our top point obtainer was without a doubt Alvin Kamara. The running back for the Saints and for CC's Internet Sports Squad dropped a 44.7 point performance against your boy, but it wasn't enough. And at number 2 was Patrick Mahomeboy Holmes, the quarterback for Sydney and for the Chiefs, I guess. Remembered that he has pirate ship cannons attached to his shoulder blades and dropped a 40-point turd onto the toilet. Against David. But at number 3 was Tyler Lockett, wide receiver for the Seahawks, accidentally scored 37 points for Alex in his loss against Casey this week. Next, let's talk about the top bench players of the week, and for the love of God, somebody trade Marissa for Josh Allen or we're all going to lose the league. The quarterback for the Bills is the top bench player this week with 31.24 points, but it didn't matter because Russell Wilson is Marissa's starting quarterback. But at number 2 was James Robinson, running back for the Jaguars. And for Cece, let me tell you, I know that one hurt. Had she had played him, she would have had pickup of the week, and I wouldn't have gotten my first win of the season. At number 3 on the bench this week was the Colts defense and special teams. Wink picked these guys up off waivers this week, presumably just to disrespect me somehow because he knew that I also wanted them this week. Imagine that. And then he put him on the bench, insulting my family's good name. And he didn't even need him though because he came out with a win against the other Ethan. And then he also came out with a beef with me. So moving on, let's talk about the pickup of the week. This week, that goes to Ethan Moyer. He picked up Mike Davis, the surprisingly not white running back for the Panthers, and he managed to scrum up 23.1 points for Ethan this week, but it wasn't enough for a win against Wink. So our top free agents of the week are weird. And number 1 was Rex Burkhead. The running back for the Patriots had 34.8 points this week, presumably due to the absence of James White. But if I know anything about the Patriots and their running backs, it's that they have at least 12 running backs on their roster at all times, and any one of them can have a game like this. So, solid points this week, but a risky pickup in my opinion, which I came upon with little to no research. At number 2 was Justin Jefferson. And this one's pretty interesting to me because if you click on this guy's picture, you would assume that he's fielding college scholarship offers right now. But he had 30.5 points catching passes for the Vikings. which is a professional football team in the NFL and not a high school team in Minneapolis. Adam Thielen is no doubt the number one in Minnesota. So if the Vikings play any team this year with a lockdown corner, that guy will be guarding Adam Thielen. So maybe take a look at Jefferson in those weeks. And at number 3 was Cedric Wilson, the 4th wide receiver on the depth chart for the Cowboys. He had 27.7 points this week. Let me repeat, the 4th wide receiver on the depth chart for the Cowboys. I'm going to let you guys form your own opinion on this one. So, how about a fun fact about birds? Did you know that a group of falcons is also known as a choke? According to Field Yates of ESPN, in the last 20 years of NFL football, no team has blown multiple 15-point or more fourth quarter leads in the same season. But the Falcons just did it in back-to-back games. Excruciating for Falcons fans, but it was pretty fantastic for Bears fans like me this week. Long story short, I'm probably not going to be playing the Falcons defense anytime soon. So let's go ahead and look at next week. I gotta be honest, I have found it really difficult to select a game to watch for next week. There were 2 games in particular that I was really looking at and struggling to decide with. So I decided to completely switch up my criteria and choose none of them. So with that being said, the game to watch next week will be David versus CeCe. So David has started off the season in a way that would haunt all of our dreams. 3 straight losses, 3 straight duds. And CeCe started off the season with a win, but she has 2 straight losses. So no matter how you look at it, the loser of this game is going to have a lot of work to do in the weeks that follow. So will David come through and go from dud to stud? Will CeCe avoid a 3-game losing streak? We'll find out for sure next week. And that's it for week 3, everyone. I really appreciate you watching again. Same time and same place next week. But till then, don't forget, set your lineups. Until next time.